All right. Eddie Traxler here. Welcome to another, hopefully exciting episode of Jazz Chat. We can be found jazzchat.org or FATV, who is really good at letting us use this equipment and helping me to learn a lot of it. I don't think I could learn it all. So, FATV, and they're a nonprofit, so if you want to make, a donation, or if you want to become a member, call up there, and it's a really good program they got going here. Today my guest is Scott Babineau, whom I admire a lot. You pretty much make your living as a musician, right?
I do.
Yep. And mostly your acoustic guitar, right? But lately, I knew you as I think when I first moved out here, more of a bass player with, because you have a couple of bands, right, where you play bass, and then a couple of bands where you play guitar.
One band play guitar, but all the other bands I've always played bass is my primary instrument. So.
And amazingly, Scott can sing and play bass too. that Sting band is pretty incredible.
Yeah. Son. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm the singer in pretty much most of the bands. One band, and I sing a little bit, but it's my friend Brian's band, Hot Mess. So I play bass in that and sing a little bit, but that's mainly his band. And then the other bands, I do a lot of the singing. Invisible Sun, we split the singing with
That's
Brian.
cool. Yeah, it's intriguing to me because I've kind of I've been in cover bands, and I'm not really that good at it, or where they want it to be exactly like the record. And I'm like,
I know.
I'm like, well, why don't you just put the record on? I'd be like, so for me, and I've always tried to encourage people to innovate. And I guess we have to imitate to learn stuff. I mean, I a bit older. I grew up with what they call classic rock now,
Me
but
too.
yeah,
yeah.
and that we would learn those tunes, the Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, and then we would play them. The only thing we had then was a cassette player, to learn them, or hang out with other people who played. Rather than
same here. Yeah, slow the record down, rewind the tape a million times. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember in those days we would always have to tune to the tape because they would run at different speeds, so the tuning would be slightly out. So I would always just listen for the A. All the rock tunes had an A in there somewhere, So
pretty much. Some people were tuned down, and you didn't figure out till later. I missed a lot of stuff growing up. We didn't have the internet and all that fun stuff. You know that. So you had to figure out. Oh, Jimi Hendrix is down a half step. Oh, Paul McCartney's got his guitar tuned down a whole step when he plays Yesterday. Why doesn't it sound the same? Yesterday. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I didn't even know about Yesterday, but I did a little. And we had guitar player magazines and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but you had
that was later though.
Yeah, I had to find a way to get to the store. And
it was expensive. So.
They had the record stores and. But anyway, so did you started playing when you were really young?
Yeah. I was in the music system right in elementary school. Started with the recorder, like a lot of kids still to this day. I was, 4th grade, 3rd grade, whatever. Then chorus, and then I picked up clarinet, 6th grade. Learned how to read music and got the rock and roll bug from Kiss when I was, I already liked the Beatles and Wings a lot. And then, like every other kid my age from that year, from that era. Got into Kiss anyway. Long story short, started messing. My oldest brother is a musician, so he was the biggest influence on me. My brother Laurie. And,
Does he play anymore?
He just not out. No.
Oh, okay.
Nope. But he played ever since he was young, before I was born, and up until not that long ago. So he's got a long history of playing. So anyway, was influenced by him, and then my junior high school band music teacher was Bill Williams, who I'm still friends with to this day. We live a couple miles from each other, and he was a huge influence by explaining the cool stuff about the Beatles and music, and it was a good time to be into music in the 70s. So
similar for me. I mean, I kind of I did take band in middle school, but I didn't really like it, and
It's not for everybody. Everyone's got their own path to follow. Yeah.
We could only take one elective, and I thought the cool guys were taking shop class, so I wanted to.
I don't blame you.
Even though I didn't turn out to be a cool guy.
Me neither. So I took shop in junior high school, and I'm definitely not too good with my hands. But I can learn. I'm a good learner. But anyway.
yeah. But I think maybe one point I would make is, and the few a lot of the guests I've had on here, Amy from the college, I've had on the Robert Potterton III. If you want to check some of the back issues, you can make a living. If you really love music, you can make a living at it. And I'm not that. I always eat, and I have a place to live, and I have a car. It's not.
Yeah. It's a different time now, especially the last 10 years or so things, but. People still want to commune and go to places and hear music, whether it's in a jazz club or a restaurant or a bar, wherever. So,
I think people, even during hard times, people feel the need to be entertained. Even if we're in a recession or whatever.
Very much so. It's always the case. Yeah.
And the whole COVID thing kind of knocked us all for kind of a loop.
Yeah,
especially performers. And we were trying to do these.
Yeah.
But I guess for me and other people too, it helped me to somewhat streamline. I'm a teacher as well as I work. I play restaurant gigs lately. I was able to streamline a technique to do online stuff. Is one thing COVID did for me. Plus, I did a lot of practicing and I did some classes in Pro Tools. I know they use a different system here.
That's great though. Yeah, but, the more you learn, the more opportunities.
I hope so. I talked to some. I guess maybe before COVID, I was down in Nashville and I was talking to some working musicians, and I said, well, it's not like. I think for us growing up, people wanted to make a record. That was their primary goal, But I don't think that's. There's no more record stores for sure, unless it's just kind of a novelty thing that you have at your shows. You have some CDs available, and I think more that's what people do these days. As far as work, you do your streaming, and then if you get a lot of hits at certain places, maybe go there and play. I think the more professional. I went into Boston to see one of my favorite Django style guitar player, Yosho Stefan, was playing at Old South Church, and I had met him down in Amherst at Django in June, took some of his classes, but that's kind of what they were doing. They played, and it was pretty full because he's pretty well known as far as that circuit, but. I think he really became well known with his internet stuff, and his
a lot of things changed.
Teaching.
The dynamic shifted, but people still crave live music.
And you're like this area. You have somewhat of a following, right?
Yeah, I've just been around forever, so I've been playing and just I love playing. So I do play around the area. I used to travel a lot more pre-kids back in the day. I would travel considerably more. And I have taught often. I haven't taught in a while, but I taught for 25 years, so I'm considering starting lessons again, which I always enjoyed that.
Sometimes I do. I can't say I always enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a gratifying thing to just influence, So I just try to play music if I can make, some money, and it's a positive thing that people like music, and I try to just get that out there.
I try to think that too, to try to spread.
Put my own spin on things.
Or at least, I think at least I like to think about spreading more positive energy. There's some. Maybe I shouldn't categorize any certain style, but it's pretty negative with the. I won't say metal, but some of the hardcore bands. It's not too peace. Or is they promoting?
But if you look into stuff, there's it's easy to just judge a book by its cover. There's a lot of music out there that appears to be a certain way, but I think it's all good as long as the people doing it are honest and they're they're decent people. And that's the bottom line. You know,
and
it's
it
like any
seems
other profession, acting or whatever.
It
You have
seems
good
that
people
way.
and doing positive things, and you might not like everything. You might not like heavy metal. You might not like country. You might not like jazz. You might, you know, there's people like different things, but too many people have, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, have too many opinions on stuff, and they like everybody to know what their opinion is. And I won't say anything about, you know, social media and whatnot, but you know, there's a lot of information floating around out there that's just, you know, music related. I'm talking purely music related. But at the end of the day, it's people's opinions. You know, you can sit here and say I don't like blah 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 or this or that. It's your opinion. You know,
that's true,
and that's the bottom line. So I think whatever you do, if you do stuff and it's a positive influence, then it's good. Whether it's like death metal or, you know.
Oh, I've listened to some that I really like.
Bluegrass, gypsy jazz, hybrid music.
Yeah.
You know, there's all kinds of, the world is just such a smaller place now. And that can be a good thing, and it can be an information overload. So
it seems to be. I can remember one of my teachers when I was in music school. He said, well, think about the stuff you really like, not the stuff you want people to think you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
the CDs you have kind of lay it out in your car because you want people to think you're listening. Yeah. He said he wants to hear the ones you have under the seat that you only listen to in private. And I try to figure that out. You know, I'll hear something. I'll be watching TV or something, and I'll hear a tune, and I got to learn that. But and again, I'll try to put my version of it.
And that's how it should be with everybody. You know?
And I'm glad I still have that desire to want to learn new stuff. But maybe if you want, we could talk about how do you practice, or do you, like lately for me, I've been gigging a lot, so I rationalize and say I do get up and play every day, but not necessarily, I'm not running scales. And
the same here. I've definitely gotten lazy in certain areas of playing. My performing, as far as singing and playing out and whatnot, is pretty sharp because I do it a lot.
Uh-huh.
But over the last, I'd say probably since before COVID, I should say, actually, my bass playing is, I don't play as much, so I don't, if I'm not picking it up, I get lazy because I'm always playing guitar and learning songs, and bass is my main instrument. And then, you know, I mean, I play guitar and sing and do that for a living because I'm lucky I can do that.
Yeah.
But I've got a long history of being a bass player, and that's where I'm really comfortable. I like to just sit back and be part of a rhythm section, you know, with my drummer or whoever I'm playing with. But I still end up, I got to be the guy to sing and all that stuff. It's just, and I like that, so it's great. But I'm not playing like a lot of bass players. You know, they have to, you know, if you want to make a living, you got to play with a bunch of different bands and work around that schedule. It's hard. You know, it's not like it used to be back in the day, I should say. That you could play in a band or two bands and just play all the time, and you were great. Now it's, you know, you got to freelance and, you know.
Yeah. Did you originally choose to be a bassist, or was that?
I did. Yeah.
And I respect that, because I think a lot of bass players, they decided they weren't going to play guitar, or, you know, when we were growing up, it's like whoever was the worst guitarist, you got to play bass.
That was the thing, and we had a lot of great bass players from that. You know, in the 60s and 70s, a lot.
Yeah. Noel Redding was a guitar player,
yeah,
and then the guy from Cream, he was originally a guitar player too, right? Was he, or no?
Jack Bruce?
Yeah, didn't he originally play one
upright.
of the...
No.
Oh, he played upright.
Piano,
but there was one of those that played the 6-string bass, you know, those Fender bass
He
6s.
did play that at the beginning.
Oh, okay. I figured that was
just,
because he was a guitarist.
Nope. He was an upright bass player, and then he switched and played that for a little bit, and then he got that SG, and the rest is history. But no, bass was like a thing. I just definitely, you know, singing was always there. And then I just kind of picked up, my brother plays guitar. All my friends at school, I was in bands when I was playing out in clubs with my brother in smoky bars when I was literally 13.
That's awesome.
And I just loved, and I just sat there and played.
And,
and I just learned, and I just became the de facto guy. I could sing, so I sang, and then I picked up guitar, and that was always kind of there too. And then I just worked on playing guitar, and I eventually started playing solo shows and About 91, so it's been about 35 years now since I've been doing the
Wow.
acoustic thing.
That's awesome. And he's really good. So whoever's watching, if you haven't seen Scott, you have some regular, like, weekly gigs and
I
monthly?
do. I have a residency. I've been there for years at a wonderful restaurant up in Ashburnham.
The Tavern on that's the Tavern on the corner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That,
Sean
yeah.
McNally, he owns that in Blueprint. I've known Sean since way back when he worked at when I was playing at Sully's way back in the day, and he was a chef there.
Huh.
So I've known Sean for a long time. But I play there every Wednesday in Ashburnham at the Tavern on Central.
Yeah.
5:30 to 8:30. Yep, I've been there for a while. It's fun. I have a lot of regulars and different people. It's just a good, kind of an old school vibe. It's a nice,
it's every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, Tavern on the Central.
Yep.
If you're not at my gig, so.
Oh, that's right. No competing.
No,
it's Ashburnham. You can go to see Eddie. You can come see me. You can go to both.
No, I haven't. I'm more of a back. I'm grateful. I have this person that owns a bunch of restaurants, and he really loves my playing. So, I'm Wednesday and Saturday at Dario's in Pittsburgh.
That's great. That's a great place. Yeah.
Every other week I'm at Bandoleros and Devon's. I'll be there tonight.
Yeah.
But I'm not. This is actually not live, so you may be watching it the next day. So today is the 26th. I only know that because yesterday was my brother's birthday. But so I will. So next week I won't be there. If you want to come see me at Bandoleros, I alternate with a mariachi player there, and I also do Tacos Tequilas in Fitchburg on Friday nights.
Love that place. It's great.
Yeah, it's a. If you're on a lower budget than say Dario's, but Dario's is a great place.
Oh, they're both great. Yeah.
To bring a date or something
It's
or
great
what.
that you play there. Yeah.
Yeah, I super enjoy it. And I think the people, they like it. They come and tell me. I don't think they're just feel obligated. They tell me how much they like. And I had a regular brunch gig, but as some of you, if you're from here, know that the Pauper's Pantry had to close. But we're going to probably start that back up.
Great.
As soon as they get their new building. They're currently at Hollis Hills, and I'll probably be playing over there some. I think she has me booked for Easter, actually.
Good.
But anyway, so in the beginning, do you like? I'm kind of intrigued because I play a little bass, but not so much. I used to play bass when I would record like my own stuff, and I would play my own bass lines. But lately, I just I'll just use a guitar and drop it an octave in the in the mix. But because I'm more comfortable, I've had a few basses, and I guess I kind of think of it more as a trained musician would. I think of arpeggios and I think of outlining these chords, whereas you're more like as far as the blues and are you thinking
all that
about
stuff. It's just a physical. It's just translating a lot of guitar stuff to bass to guitar and guitar to bass. It's just different techniques and different feels, which because I've been playing. I started both of them relatively young. I just lucky that I got understood the difference between two. There's a lot of great guitarists. Paul McCartney, Mike Rutherford from Genesis. I could go on. John Paul Jones. There's so many bass players that play multiple instruments, and it's not for everybody. It's not everybody's. Those are anomalies, I should say. But an instrument is an instrument. Some people just have an affinity. You can play a bunch, and some people just play one, and they focus on that, and that's what they like to do. And
that's cool. Because for me, I think it's more. I'm a guitar player, and I think about a bass as the low four strings of a guitar.
Yep.
And I know I probably could have, if I would have been proficient at bass, I probably could have worked a lot more in Boston, but I don't.
It's got to be something you want to do, and that's to me that's like anything.
Yeah, and especially as I've gotten older, I don't want to hang out in bars till 2 a.m.
Yeah, those days are over. But anyways,
But you do the Marconi Club pretty right. Is that a monthly gig or is that?
Mostly, yeah. Sometimes, it's pretty much. Sometimes I skip a month, but
that's a nice place.
This Saturday, the 28th, with one of my bands, BDK. I'll be playing guitar on that one.
Okay, and what's the hours of that one?
That one is 7:30 to 10:30.
7:30 to 10:30, and then the tavern on the Central.
That's on Wednesdays, 5:30 to 8:30.
5:30. That's a good hour. That's kind of how my hours are. I do 6 to 9,
Yeah.
so I'm super grateful for that.
Yeah, it's nice.
I just thought, I don't know if you've sung it, that's public domain, is House of the Rising Sun.
That's public domain.
It is.
Wow. Where
So
have I been?
so a lot of people think it's the animals, but it's not.
No, I know that. It's public. I know it was old enough, but I didn't know it was that old to be public domain.
Leadbelly covered it,
I know that.
and it was a cover for him.
For him. Oh, I know. It goes back, so it's definitely...
But I was trying to think of something.
Yeah.
If we wanted to play some more, but or if you want to just talk about more music, we can do that. Do you ever play at that place it's in Ashby that I think Mark plays there a lot, right? There's only one.
873.
Yeah. Do you play there ever?
Yeah. I haven't.
I've played there once.
Yeah.
Or twice. Maybe I would play there again. It's actually pretty nice. I thought when I first walked in the place, I said, well, these high ceilings, it's not going to sound very. But they actually do have the vintage.
Oh, there's
vintage things. Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah. So it's kind of, and he's a really nice guy too. I don't know if he does enough business to pay very well or not. But I think, I don't want to take Mark's gig.
No. Everybody's got room for gigs, so that's good.
Yeah. So do you think we should play something in our next well, I can't add in my head. My counter is at 23.25 if you want to play anything or if you want to talk about some more of your gigs.
I have I'm playing at the in my adopted hometown of Ashby on Thursday, April 2nd, next Thursday.
And you're from Fitchburg originally,
Yeah.
right? Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Been in Ashby for a while now, 15 years.
The library gig.
I'll
right?
be at the library 6:30 to 8 next Thursday on the 2nd. That's going to be fun. It's a different thing, so I like to do different things, like different styles of music and different moods. And whatnot.
Cool. Yeah, Ashby's a really nice little town. I've played in those big white buildings for something. I don't know. I used to play.
The church. There's a Unitarian church, and then there's the the Congregational church up there too.
When I first moved here, I used to play for this piano player. He was mostly original stuff. He lived. It's like a little dirt road.
Yeah, near
kinda.
the Grange, right off the center.
There used to be a Masonic temple, and now I think it's just a church.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right off of.
And it turns into dirt road.
Mhm.
Yeah. But he was an actor too. He did some small time, but he ended up moving to L.A. So I guess he's still playing music too. But yeah, that's awesome. That I really respect that you're still playing and you get out there and do it, and that you can do it without teaching. I'm super grateful. I have.
Yeah, I love teaching. I did it for a long time. Like I said, off and on. I did it for a long time, and then once I started playing more, and then I started having kids, I could just stay home with the kids when my wife went off to the coal mines of school teaching. And
she's a teacher as well.
Yeah, 25 years. Yeah.
Oh wow!
So,
what school?
Time flies in Groton.
Oh, does she teach music? No.
No, she's in English, ELA.
Oh, okay. Close. Yeah. I did my master's in education after I finished my bachelor's, and I tried teaching in school general music. I really don't enjoy that too much.
It's
for me.
That's what I said once. Like we were talking about music, everybody does what they do, and you got to do something that you like to do. Can become painfully obvious. There's a lot of people playing just GB like wedding things, and it's great, and then phenomenal play. Hats off to you, because that's great. I've done tons of weddings. I play lots of solo, and I've been in lots of parts of different bands and playing at weddings. For and that's usually they want a specific thing. But if you do just something like that, or you do like a show band type thing and you play, that's great. So.
Yeah, I think that one of my bosses at the college, I'm grateful I did finish my degrees, because I do have a job at Fitchburg State.
Yeah, that's great.
If you're a student and want to there's applied guitar, there's also class guitar that's offered once a year, and there's a jazz guitar. if you're interested, or if you're staff, you can take my classes for free. For me, I'm super grateful I did finish all that stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
And then so any other gigs? So you have the library coming up.
Yep.
You have the Tavern on the Green.
Tavern on Central.
Central.
Not Green. That's every Wednesday. Yep. And then next Saturday, April 4th, I'll be with another band that I play in called Hot Mess. It's a 4-piece band. We're playing at Wachusett Brewyard in Westminster.
Oh yeah, that's a nice place. I've heard. I haven't drank in a long time, so I hardly go to bars unless I'm playing. So
but you can go for music. I have lots of people that go out just to hang out and they can drink a ginger ale or Coke or whatever.
And I suppose the place next to my shop will be opening back up soon.
That's great.
The Cellar. You usually play there pretty regular too, right? That's
outside stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what else is going on. If he's booked bands yet already.
Probably, I think so.
And then what about that brewery down on Summer Street? Do you play there sometimes too, right?
Oh yeah, play there usually like every other month, either myself or sometimes I play with my cousin. We do a duo there. That's the Thirsty Robot. I play there too.
Yeah, and Scott's really good. I'm not just saying that because he's on the show. It's
because I paid you. And then April 11th, last gig I'm going to plug because that's a couple weeks, is I'll be at the Bull Run with the Police tribute band that I play in with my friend Brian Chafee and Chris Reddy and Ricky Dondero on drums.
Yeah, those are all well-known veteran musicians of this.
We do all
this
police
area.
music. That's April 11th at the Bull Run, and I play at the Bull Run too, like solo in the tap rooms. Once in a while.
And that's good. That these are people you've known forever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Rick and I have been playing together for 30 years. Mark, my best friend, Mark Roy, and Caves on Mars. We've been buddies and playing together since high school, so that's 43 years now.
That's awesome.
And we were teenagers playing, and I've been with Rick this is our 30th anniversary. I started playing with Rick in '96. So we got I like to play with, a few people and just kind of do different things with them.
I've had to make my connection since I moved here because I grew up in North Carolina.
Yeah,
and then I came to Boston to go to Berkeley. Yeah. I mean, it was a long shot, but I just kept doing what was in front of me, and
then you got to Fitchburg.
Yeah, I wanted to buy a house.
Yep.
But anyway, we do have to cut it off at 30 minutes. We're at 29.24.
We did it. Perfect.
Thanks so much, Scott Babineau. He advertises on social media. You can follow him and stuff.
I'm kind of lazy, but if you go on Facebook, I usually post where I'm playing, and I put little videos up there of things that I like and a lot of useless random. I'm a music trivia buff, so I put a lot of info on there. So, yeah.
All right. Thanks again for watching jazzchat.org, and thanks to FATV. We're out of here.
See ya. That worked out good.